why sometimes we care too much about what other people think instead of just doing what we want to do. Why there is such a big fear of judgment? Wouldn't it be just easier to live your life without caring of other people's opinions? Honestly, I can say that for me, overcoming this fear was one of the most difficult inner changes. And that's why in this video I want to share what can help you. How can you start acting despite of this fear, and how can you gradually become free from it? There are two things that you should know. If you have a habit of criticizing yourself, if you have a feeling that you're not good enough, that something is always wrong with you, that this needs to be changed, this needs to be fixed, you don't like certain traits of your personality, you don't like some things that you're doing. So if you're judging and criticizing yourself, then the fear of judgment and worries about other people could be just a consequence of this. So first, before to go into this, check what kind of relationship do you have with yourself. And if you see that there is a strong inner critic, if you see that you're not a good friend to yourself, that you're the one who judges yourself, then that's where you should look first. The good news is I have several videos that can help you with this topic. One of them is about self-love. Another one is about how to forgive yourself. And the most practical one is a video where I give tips on journaling that can help you to stop your inner critic. That's something that I was used for myself. It's very simple. Anyone can do it. It takes 10-15 minutes per day, and you will get very good results. So if you see that the problem is relationship with yourself, then check for these videos. I will put all the links below in the description. The second important thing, did you notice that your worries are mostly caused from this fear? What other people think? What if they don't like me? What do they think? Or you just have this habit to worry a lot or to overthink a lot? Because if you see that your worries are for many different topics and this is just one of them, then you can do also other thing. You can work on your worries and on your overthinking. For this topic I also have a video, it's my previous one, about how to stop overthinking, and I tell some tips that helped me, so you can use them. If your worries are so strong that maybe you even suffer from anxiety, and especially if this anxiety is severe, you may need some professional help in this case. And you can look for the information about anxiety, symptoms of anxiety, and specifically about social anxiety, because social anxiety can cause these symptoms of this strong fear of being around other people, and fears of communications, and the fears of judgments. You can look into this, you can find the information, what it is, what you can do about it. And now we can go straight to the point. If you see that you don't suffer from severe anxiety, that your relationship with yourself are quite good, there is no problem with feeling like not good enough or with like regular criticizing yourself, then you can use my tips that I will share in this video. As I always say, in order to change something, you need to have enough motivation. So let's quickly go through what you will get if you will overcome this fear and if you will start believing and acting despite what other people think of you. You need to think, of course, of your own reason. I can give you some examples. And I think the main one is that you will do what you want. You will live your own life without checking with others. what they will think, what they want from you. Will they like you? Will they don't like what you've done? You will worry less. You will feel calmer. You will feel happier. And your life probably will be more about doing and enjoying and less about thinking and worrying. And as I know what it's like to live with this fear and with these worries, I will not repeat you the same stuff that maybe you heard already quite a lot. That it doesn't important what they think and what people think about you. It talks more about them, not about you. Still, we all read the things, we all know about them, but we can have these fears and we can have these worries. So what can you do more practical in the situation when you want to do something, or actually maybe you've done or said and you start worrying? What can you do to help yourself? Let's start from the situation when you want to do, want to say, want to change, but you have this fear and these worries. You can first you can get more clarity about it. What are they about? Because sometimes fear could be so strong, but it could be almost nothing underneath. And what can you do? You can start journaling. You can take a notebook and you start writing. What will happen if I will do this? What will be happen if someone not like it? If I will be judged? What is your fear, like more specific to your situation? You should write it like more in details. Imagine the situation. You've done it, you said it. What's going on then? And not only about your feeling that you feel stressed, nervous, or something else. What can really happen? Like how it can really influence your life if you will be judged. Maybe you will not, but what will happen after you take this action? Take some time to think about it and find what is underneath this fear. Then when you start to see what can happen, answer this question: why is it important to me? Find what is there. What is so important? You feel that someone will not like you, they will reject you, you will lose friends or some other people, you will not be invited somewhere, you will not be able to do something else. Try to find what is there, because it's very different for everyone. Quite often this fear is based on nothing. There is sometimes this worries about what people will think. Do they like me or not? What if I'm judged? Quite often, if you start to dig into it, there is nothing. This fear is like a bubble. It looks so big, but it's empty. There is no real influence on your life. Quite often, you need to find what it is there in your situation. And when you got more clarity, more understanding about what's going on there in your mind about this situation, when you checked that there is no real threat to you, that's an important thing to find. There is no real threat. Then you should choose some small action that now you're not doing because of this fear. Don't choose something big and significant, because not many people can start from the big one straight away. Choose something small and find a way to do it despite your thoughts, despite these fearful emotions. And that is very important to do. First, you get this understanding that nothing, no real threat will happen, and then you do the action. And it's normal if you will feel anxiety, if there is still some worries, there is still some fears, but you choose something not too big. Maybe you want to go somewhere, to ask someone something, to say something, to publish something in your social media. That's actually where I was practicing it years ago. You need to give yourself real facts. You did it, and what happens then? Not your imagination, but real facts that then you can rely on. take the action and observe. Observe what's going on with you, what's going on in your mind, what's happening in your body, what are these emotions. Sometimes you can feel okay, so you've done it. Maybe it was not too scary. Sometimes after you've done it, maybe after you had some conversation, you have these worries and you have these feelings. Start journaling again to get more clarity, to see what is like your enemy. This is on the paper. And then just accept these anxious feelings. Tell yourself again that these feelings are not a threat for you. They will not kill you. The most interesting thing that they will go away. Maybe in several minutes, maybe in several hours, maybe the next day, but they will definitely go away. I know this. That's how anxiety actually works. It can like grow. You can have this even peak of this anxious feeling, then it slowly go away. The best thing you can do to help yourself in this moment is not to continue feeding these thoughts. And this is a bit about overthinking, and I already mentioned that I have a video about this topic. You can use tips from this video when you're in this phase, when you've done what you wanted, but you have these worries. You continue to think about other people, what their opinions, what if they judge on you. So this is the moment when you work with this feeling. Sometimes you just need to do something else, not to continue being in these thoughts. But for emotions, for some maybe kind of physical sensations of your body of anxiety, you just accept it, just let them be, and they will go away. Then you will see this moment when you're okay, when this situation doesn't bother you anymore. You've done it, it's like it came to some end, and you stop thinking about it. This will happen, especially if you've chosen something small. And you can do some journaling again. Write the facts, what you've done and what have changed. For example, I've published a post on Instagram, wrote something, maybe my thoughts, opinions, or something about my feelings, and I was worried that how people will think about it, I can be judged. Once you publish it, observe the feelings, and in day 2, 3, maybe earlier, see what changed, what happened. Probably nothing. The main thing that changed, you've done it. You've done some step, and you can do more. Then you can do another one, and another one, and another one. And slowly grow your confidence by doing this action. And the more facts you will get from your life that doing this thing that you want or saying things that you want are safe for you, there is no threat, this fear will stop disappearing. Especially if you learn how to manage your overthinking, how to manage your worries, it will be much easier for you to go through these phases and to slowly get rid from this fear. And if after this action you really get some judgment from someone, what do? You will see exactly the same. Someone's comment about what you've done, what you've said, will not influence your life. That's what you need to find out, but only through your experience, by taking action. The quickest way to overcome fear is start acting despite the fear. Start facing it to see that it's just a bubble. Especially when it's about fears, what someone may be thinking, maybe not thinking, maybe judging, maybe not judging. This reality, you can't control it and you can't know it. You have no idea what's going on in another person's head, and you can't make decisions about your life based on it. You will, when you choosing, relying on someone else's opinion, you move your life towards these people, how can I please them, how can I make them happy, how can I make everyone like me. Then what is your life about? And that's something to remember. why are you taking specific action, why you choosing some goals, why you moving to this direction, who've chosen them for you, who and what determines your behavior. You need to understand the things. So those were the tips that you can use in your everyday life to start acting despite this fear, despite these worries, to get the results and to gradually become free from this fear. It will really help you to start living your life where you choosing what to do and where you choosing what you want. If you will start taking this action, you will help yourself a lot. And if you have any questions, you can leave me a comment below and subscribe to my channel to get notification about my new videos.